There's a new attraction in Orlando called Dezerland Action Park. And if you remember, this is where the Artagon Mall was and the former Festival Bay Mall. They've taken over the whole mall, and there's a lot going on inside. As you can see, the outside has been repainted, very colorful. And there's a mater sitting out front, just one of many cars we'll see here inside. There's no charge to enter, and here's what you'll see as soon as you come in the doors. They have a display of their most unusual cars on display for anyone who's in the property to take a look at. Here's a look at a Bugs Bunny car. And you can see beyond that is an Elvis car. These are just custom cars that some fans made for whatever reason. There's one of James Dean, pretty crazy looking. And here, this one's kind of spooky. Has skeletons for seats. The eyes light up too. And there's a carousel that isn't working right now. And then over in this area is where the auto museum will be. Right now it's closed off. You can't get back in there, but we were able to walk back in there and not take any photos or videos yet. But there's lots of cars, bikes, motorcycles, movie props, not movie props, but car movie props. And as you can see there, Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine. This storefront is themed on the military with tanks and vehicles of all different kinds. And then over here is a Bond lounge where there'll be a restaurant next to the Bond exhibit where it'll be all Bond, James Bond vehicles. And then here's American Classics. They're going to have rooms all around. This is the former Gods and Monsters store, the comic book store, if you remember. And there's one of two mystery machines. There's the other one down at the other end of the mall, along with the Hollywood Cars of the Stars. And then this little map here showing what all's in the area. So besides the car museum, there's a lot to see, a lot that's still to come. You can see the big go-kart track that is open and ready to go. It's they say it's one of the largest in Florida. It's also one of the largest indoor in Florida. And over here, this is a kids track. This one's not quite open just yet, as when we visited. And then over here on the other side of the mall is where the main track continues. So it goes clear through this section of the mall. And you can see a lot of storefronts are still empty. Those will fill in with what they are calling unique stores. And there's some signs advertising some of the things you'll see in the auto museum when it opens. And of course the movie theater is still there and open. And there's a putt-putt golf, which is still there and wasn't open when we visited, but it will be open. And this is coming soon, the Pinball Palace. It's a bunch of pinball machines, and I don't know if you'll pay by the hour or pay by the game, but that's still working on that. That should open soon. I think in January or February it should open. So we're excited for that. And then this is another look around the mall. This is the other side where you would enter Bass Pro Shops, and they're hoping to get this back open. Right now the entrance isn't open. There's one of the shops that is open already. And this is a trampoline park that was here when it was Artagon. It's going to reopen at some point, but we're not sure quite when. And there's also a bowling alley, which is currently open. I think there's 12 lanes there, I'm not quite sure. And it's right next to a big arcade. And of course there's a billiards, a couple pool tables. This is the arcade, and it fills up the whole other side. So one side you have the racing, and the other side you have the arcade. And it's a pretty big arcade, lots of redemption games and games of skill. And of course they also have on the other side a place where you can turn in your tickets to get all kinds of different prizes. Here's a look at the machine where you get your cards and the prices for the credits for the arcade. This game was about 4 credits, which equals to a little bit over $1 a play. As you can see, we didn't get our dollar's worth there. This game was neat. Hadn't seen it before. You spin the dice. It's another game where you win tickets. And I don't think we won too many on this one. We saved our tickets up for next time we visit. And then this is another area with some cars you can look at, some Flintstones cars. And most of the cars on display are in the auto museum. You can see a few like this outside as you're just walking around. It's free to enter and just walk around. But the auto museum, when it opens, will be about $20, they're thinking, per person. They also have the, of course, the bowling is about $20 for an hour, and the racing is about $20 per race. And we're looking forward to coming back when the full auto museum is open, and we'll bring you another report. Thanks.